Hey guys, quick update video today. No working video. Today is actually the end of the day. I forgot my camera. I'm using my phone, so I couldn't use my tripod or anything like that. So unfortunately, I couldn't do any filming. But we did do quite a bit of work today. So I just want to show you guys a quick update, show you what we've done, and where we're at, and basically what the plan is moving forward. Answer any questions. If you guys got any questions, please let me know. People asking about drains. I can try and see if I can show you a little bit of drain as well and explain. I think there's some little bit of confusion about the drains, but yeah, let's have a look. So let's start with foundation. So we are pretty much, this is where we're at the moment. So we have a tiny bit left to do. We've finished that yesterday, and all the boys finished that. I wasn't here yesterday. They finished all around here. Finished around here, finished around up to here, finished that middle wall here. You can see we've got loads of lintels everywhere, lintels here. They finished all that bit yesterday. So today, what do? We did this area here, which is a nightmare. I'll explain why in a minute. I did the back wall there, and we finished the rest of that. We put some vents in as well, which here we put two. Funny enough, the house, I can only find one vent. And I looked at the next door house, and they seem to only have one as well. So there's a vent under the door, but there is no vent anywhere else. So we're going to probably add another vent in the wall there, somewhere around there, just to give it more ventilation, because there's only one vent there. So yeah, that's that. We've got lintel we done over there, massive one. And yeah, we did that, and we raked out the other side of the wall. So what we're doing with the walls on the other side for the neighbour, is because you can see they've grouted theirs in this colour. So we just basically rake that out. So what they said is they're gonna grout it themselves on the other side. So don't know if you guys can probably see, but actually I'm gonna show you some of it, sort of like that. So that's basically that. And then we put in those vents, as I said there. We don't need to put any piping or anything, because the floor is hollow. It's not like a solid concrete floor, so we don't have to put any ducts. We just leave the gap, and this whole area is just open vented, continuation of the existing house. So drain wise, let me see if I can explain how this drainage works. Someone was saying about the neighbors' drains. I think they're not really understanding how this works. So we have somewhere here where this big lintel is here. There's the main sewer line, which runs from the neighbor and further up, runs all the way down, runs through our garden. There's another big lintel here, then runs through, and then it goes into that, and it continues out. So this manhole is really just sitting on top of that drain, and that's just for access for blockages and stuff like that. We are connected into it, but not directly into the manhole. Our connection is made somewhere further down the line. Now we need to get rid of all these pipes here. We've got rid of the gully that was over there, and we have to get rid of this toilet stack. So our new toilet stack is going to be over there. So basically how it works is we need to provide a new access chamber, because this is going to go, we're just going to connect it as a straight through pipe. Actually, it's going to have sort of like a T on it as well. So we are going to connect into the manhole, or into that pipe, shall I say, this way. So we'll take this out, we will replace a section of the pipe work, and we will put a joint on it here, which is where we will be flowing into it. Okay, so we are flowing into it. This pipe's back to front, so don't worry about that. It might confuse people. It's just there at the moment for length measuring and stuff. So here is our access chamber, aka sort of like a manhole basically. So we'll be flowing out of here. All our waste will be flowing out of here and flowing down into the sewer system. So obviously this is our access chamber, so this is where all our waste connections connect to, and from here they go down into the sewer. So let me see if I can go over there and show you a little bit more. Okay, right. So our new toilet is going to be here. It's going to run up all the way up. This boiler is going to be moved out of the way, so that'll be out of the way. It's going to move all the way up in black pipe. I've just got this temporary piece here. This piece can stay, to be honest, because it's going to be housed within the house, so we don't go worry about UV lighting and all that. But basically our toilet is going to come through here. When you flush, it will flow down here, straight here, and it's pretty much a straight run. You want to get a straight run all the way into the access chamber. Okay, let me see if I can get to the other side of this. Now, one of the purposes of the access chamber is that they're necessary when you have a change of direction, aka you're flowing that way and you need to change and you need to flow back that way. So this is what an access chamber is for. So we flow into this here, okay? And if you look at the inside of the chamber, everything flows that way, okay? That side's capped off, all right? You could flow in through that way, or if you was to replace a manhole, like the manhole we've got over there, if you replaced it with something like this, essentially you would have the waste flowing all the way through, and then we would have the extra connections connecting to it. So this is basically where we're at, okay? We connect into here, and then it does that little sort of turn, change direction, as I said, and then it'll flow that way down to the sewer. So it has a certain fall this way, and then it has a certain fall that way. Then later on, when we do the kitchen, we're gonna have a gully out here somewhere, okay, for the kitchen, and that gully will be connected across into that one, and that's how the kitchen will be connected. So currently the kitchen is that black pipe that we just run across into the manhole, but it will be run out of the kitchen sink, out the wall here, down and down into here. So I hope that makes some sense as far as how the drainage is concerned. So we're almost done with the drainage. We have to do this part in clay, so we're trying to source that now, waiting for, well, I've had a price, absolutely astronomical price. I think it's like £900 for about 1 meter of pipe and a T, basically, a massive T, because the pipe is so big. I think it's 250 mil diameter pipe. So, and the clay, and with the join, connect the joins, which allow us to connect it to the existing when we cut it, everything came to almost £900, so it's quite expensive. So we're trying to see if we can find some other better prices somewhere. But once we connect that to there, we can get an inspection for this. We can close up that inspection chamber, put a lid on it for now. Later on, we'll put some risers on it up to the right height that we want it. And then we can close this area up in block and beam. So how the block and beam is going to be working here, for those who don't know, is we're basically going to run some long beams. I think they're 4.8 meters or something. We're going to run a beam. It's going to sit fully on this wall, so it'll come up to the edge here. It's going to run all the way across. It's going to rest on that intermediate wall there, and then it's going to sit on that wall now. So it'll be a one long one with a sort of sleeper wall in the middle of the span, right? We have, I think, they're about 2.4 meters here, there to there. So it's well within the calculated manufacturer recommended spans and stuff like that. So 4.8 meter one all the way down there. It's supported in the middle, and then we have, so imagine you've got one here, right, running that way. Then we will have a block in between coming this way, and there will be another one, so it will sit on the bearing of those two beams. Then there'll be another block, and there'll be another beam here. There'll be another block, then another beam. So basically we just put all the beams out. I think they're like 500 and something centers, and then we just slot the concrete blocks in between, and that's basically what happens. So that is going to be on order hopefully for sometime next week. Now also I've just taken the measurements for the steels, so I need to get that on order. So we're going to have steel here that's going to come up, steel column, another steel column coming up here. Then we have a horizontal one running all the way across, which also sits on this wall here. When those steels are in, we'll be able to close up all these block and beams. So a lot of coordinating. We need to get the steel in, we need to get the drains in, and when the drains are in and the steels are in, then all the block and beams can go on. But we can start some of the block and beam. We'll probably start some of it and leave the end there open a little bit at the end, and leave a little bit at the end down here, so that we can get in to put that steel in when we're ready. Which is the kind of the beauty of the block and beam. It's not like a wet concrete pour where once you poured it you can't get underneath it anymore. And we can even get under there. It's quite a big space actually to get under. But yeah, that's pretty much where we are. So as far as block work. We've got a row of block to put on there, which we just basically ended the day and the mortar ran out. You can see I've run out just short of 2 blocks here, or 2 bricks, to finish that last course of brickwork. So we shall do that when we come back, and when we've got some materials here as well, so hopefully sometime next week. So that I think is it really. So guys, from what I can think of my head, I wanted to show you guys. So any questions, feel free to ask me if you're not sure of anything, and yeah, I'll see if I can help. But guys, I am off. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a quick update, as I said, but until the next one, we shall see you. Take care, and thanks for watching.